Welcome back to Big Crone Energy. This is Angela, and today I'm doing the Deck That tag over at Simon's Cave. Made up the prompts, and so this is my version of it. I really have been following this tag and watching other folks, and it's just been kind of fun to see what everybody says about the prompts. So the prompts work like the deck that blah, the deck that blah. So without further ado, we'll just jump right into it. The deck that reflects who I used to be. And that one is this chunker. I put 3 oracle decks together. The herbiary, the bestiary, and the crystallary. This artwork no longer speaks to me, and honestly I don't know if it ever did. How this relates to how I used to be is I used to be somebody who, if it was popular on YouTube, I had to get it and I had to do the things. I didn't think about if it was my aesthetic, if it was what I wanted or what I liked, or would actually be useful in my practice. It represents the overconsumption that I had. And many of the decks that I bought, I ended up rehoming or giving away. Well, I guess it is rehoming. Just because they just did not resonate with me. So, this is a beautiful deck, don't get me wrong, or 3 decks. But it's not my style, and I understand that now, and I appreciate the things that I have more because of it. So, yeah. So, they have 3 different themes, put them all together. So yeah, that is the deck that I used to be. I wish there was more of a story behind that, but really it's just about my want and having to be able to control that want. I don't need to be like everybody else, I just need to be me kind of thing. The deck that surprised me the most is when I have a video about this, so I just got this one recently, the Luminous Void Tarot. And when I first opened it up, I was like, what the hell did I buy? I thought it was very gregarious and very loud. I didn't get it, but it was funny. Within 10 minutes of actually looking through it, I love it now. I think it's beautiful. I love watercolor. It's one of the art things that I like to play with and stuff. And I love the use of color. It's kind of, look at that 5 of Wands. It's just kind of spooky almost. I don't know. So it just surprised me that I so quickly went from just hating it and regretting the purchase to loving and appreciating it. So, I don't know. So that is the Luminous Void Tarot. And then the next one is a deck that intimidates me. And I've done a whole video on this when I first got this. It's the Soul Splash. And I want to use this. And I want to love it. But it just intimidates me. It's just, I know the cards have meanings that go beyond where my mind can expand right now. So I don't know. I love the art style, which is funny because I'm pretty sure different artists put this together because there's different styles in here of artwork. It's kind of an anime kind of look to it. And it has some of my favorite cards in here. A little extra one. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It feels like a fever dream. or spending time in the psych ward. Just feels like that. Like, look at that tower. It's just, I don't know. But I do love it. I just don't know. I haven't pulled it out. I don't know if it's a good reader. I saw it, fell in love with it, and got it, and haven't used it. But I'll link the video above where I talk about my feelings on it right out the gate. So, the next one, from one that intimidates me to one that's pure comfort, and that is A Gothic Tale. I got it in a 10, so I had one that wasn't in a 10, but I had decided to go ahead and buy one that's gilded in a 10. This is pure comfort because I just love this kind of American Gothic look. I think it's a good reader. I think it's a very interesting take on the Rider-Waite-Smith Pixies kind of cards. And so this is just and the cardstock is delicious. So that's another reason is the cardstock. When I just want to play with cards, lay them out, look at them, this is one I like to get out. I know, I'm just mesmerized by looking at them. That's why I'm silent. This is on Make Playing Cards by Amethyst Ascension. So I do plan on making a video soon about all my Make Playing Cards decks. So look forward to that. The next one is a deck that gives the best readings. I was totally shocked. It's the Tarot of Magical Forest. I had to have this because, like, I could so relate to to these little creatures. They make me giggle. Some of these are like, oh, like this, the Hierophant. It's like, oh yeah. But I often do Celtic crosses with this, and they just speak to each other so well and flow. They just make great sense. I don't know. And it's completely a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, but just the imagery together, just a deck clicks. Oh, like this guy, he's like, oh man, I got all my things. Nobody steal it, please, leave me alone. Just some of these guys look like they've been a musician. He's seen some things, man. He's seen some things. So, but yeah, you wouldn't, I don't know, it seems like a kind of a silly fun deck. You wouldn't think it'd be such a clear reader, but for me it completely is. I want to do a Celtic cross and I want to get to the meat and potatoes, I pull out this. So that is the Tarot of Magical Forest. And then the next one is a deck that is too pretty to use, but I still love. No, deck that is too pretty to use, but I still love it. And that would have to be my La Corte dei Tarocchi by Anna Maria D'Onofrio. I got this secondhand off eBay. It's $125 out of 2,000. They're handmade. The cardstock is just, here's the backs. And the cardstock is not, definitely not riffle. Of course, the size of it, the length and everything makes it hard. But I do like the tactile texture of it. It's the only Marseille-like deck that I have. Only deck like this in my collection that I have. But it is just stunning. It's too pretty to use because, I guess maybe because of the craftsmanship in it, but it's sure pretty to look at. The artwork is just stunning. You know, the detail, the handmadeness of it. It's just a special deck to me. So, I mean, you can tell they're all hand cut because they're not perfect in there. And the box. And it's made in Italy. It came out in 2018. So it's got a little, I just love it. I'm going to put it right back where it belongs. The next one is a deck that made me fall in love with tarot again. And I've been in love with tarot for the last, since January. But I must say the Fountain Tarot, I got this recently, and I did get a second one to carry around with me because this made me fall in love with tarot. There's just something, I know people say that it's cold, but I often feel hollow inside, and this deck speaks to that hollowness. So it made me fall in love with tarot again because I could feel seen and I could feel related to. I love the cool tones. I love the artwork. It's just interesting to me. Love that strength card. I don't think there's a card in here I don't like. So that is the Fountain Tarot. And that is a deck that made me fall in love with. Oh, and the box that opens clear up. Hell yeah. So there's that one. The deck that I wish more people talked about. Now this is maybe a controversial or weird choice, but it's the Transparency Tarot. And I know they have been pimping the hell out of these cards on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. I don't know why, because you can get them on Amazon, or that's where I got mine from. But it is a very interesting, it comes in this 2-part box. It is very interesting, the idea of it. If I can, it comes with a big chunky book. So, at least the one you can get on Amazon, and it comes with this cloth so you can see it better. Now, I don't know about the ones, it does have a bit of a bow to it. I don't know how to get that off. See here. So, like, right? So you do this. They're just, these are all coins. This is the Page of Coins, then a queen, and then you can layer on top of them. And they just give more of a, you could keep layering. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's because people don't talk about them because they're not picking them up, or they are, because they're gimmicky, because they've been trying to sell on Facebook and stuff. I do find that a bit odd, but I don't know. I just wish more people. Also, the reason why it's selfish why I want more people. I want to see how people use these, how they integrate them into their practice. So, sorry if you hear the noise in the background. I don't know if it's picking up the upstairs bit. But anyway, that's one I wish people would talk more of for A, selfish reasons, and B, because I do think that it is fascinating. The next one is a deck that feels like a secret between us. And that is, again, a honker. This is the nameless one. It's a secret because it has so many layers. And I know people talk about this one and they like it. I'm not going to pull the whole thing out. Let me just grab some. But it's a secret between us because I think anybody who reads this, nobody will see the same thing. Nobody will get the same thing. So it's a secret to whoever reads from this. The sigils can mean something different to each person. The artwork could mean something different to each person. The oracles in here, I also came with oracles. So I think this honestly would be a secret to anyone. It's definitely a secret to me because I have to really dive deep into what I see and what it means to me. So pull out a few more. Pull out some of these. Those were the majors, so. I also use this as a study deck. So, of course, the secret of me learning and getting to know things. That's kind of why it was in order. Excuse me. So, yeah, this is definitely the one that feels like a secret for me. The deck that defines my tarot practice right now, and that's actually an oracle. It's the Cave of Sybil. And actually, I'm going to pull. This is the one I pulled for last week, and it's time to pull a new one. So I will go ahead and pull another one. So these are the backs. They have the keywords on the back. These are the fronts. And so I've been working with these one-on-one. I'll either just work with it all week, kind of look at it, journal with it, what I see throughout the week, what comes to me. Last week I did a spread on the things that I saw. Just kind of made my own spread because I kind of saw 3 things. So what is this week's knowledge I need to gain? What is this week's knowledge I need to gain? There we go. I'll show you some more of the cards. I think everybody's seen this, though it's all over. So this is the card Alchemy I'm going to work with this week. Put it on my altar. A little altar space. So yeah, that is what is defining. When this first came out, I thought, first of all, I never thought I would want a tarot mini deck. I just thought it was too complicated for me, too esoteric for me. But this one in particular, just ended up, I got this one the week before. And I'm trying to dig into a certain space in my life, trying to figure it out. So this is very much helping. So that is the Cave of Sybil. Oops. Let's see here. The next one, there's 2 more prompts. The deck that pulls me out of a rut. And this is the, I can't think of the name. I call it the Muse Tarot, but the Guiding Muse Tarot. I could just relate to this character. I feel like I'm not, again, I've talked about this in other videos. I'm not really into following a character in storyline decks. But this character in this storyline resonates with me. I could just completely see myself as this character. She's very relatable. I love the color palette. The color palette is part of the reason why this pulls me out of a rut. I have so many dark decks. To have one with such beautiful, bright, or pastel-y more colors. They're not always bright, but just colorful. Pulls me out of a rut. So yeah. This is the Guiding Muse. Look at that Five of Cups. So yeah. Will always be probably in my top 5, to be honest. I love this deck. And then the last one is a deck that patiently waits for me. And it's another Make Playing Cards. It doesn't come in a box, but I picked up some extra boxes last time I made an order. And it is The Deathly Flowers by Chanel Days. And this patiently waits for me because I plan on working with Hades and Persephone. I'm learning more about Hades before I really dive in and get into that. So this is definitely a Persephone deck. So she's patiently waiting for me until I get to that point where I have a solid enough reverence and understanding of those two deities to incorporate them into my life. So if you plan on doing this tag or have done this, please leave a comment down below and I'll check it out. If you agree with any of these, if you have any questions about any of them, please leave a comment below. Just leave a comment just to say hey if you want to. Please like, subscribe. All that makes a difference. I took July off for the most part, so I feel like I'm back in a space where I'm ready to make videos again. So I'm happy to be here. And I appreciate everybody who made it through or even clicked on. Thank you very much. Blessings.